Good morning, you beautiful Ronin. Yo, welcome. If you are here, you are early. We're about to get started in a little over, let's say 8 minutes or so. But shout out to everyone that's pulling up. Of course, today's a big show. I'm looking forward to this one. You can read the title yourself. If you have any questions about today's show, please use the chat. We'll be reading it throughout the whole show itself. And yeah, man, I'm excited for this one. It's a special, man. We don't normally do Mondays, but it's a Monday. Get up. Let's go. And tune in, man. Make sure you're reposting if you're here on X, and if you are on the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, man. Lock in with us because it's going to be a good interview today. And we just make some new friends, man. New ecosystems. Going to find out a little bit more about Arbitrum themselves. You know, so hey, get your study books out, get the notes ready, pen and pad, lock in. Starting the show in about 5 minutes or so. You guys can guess in the comments what we're waiting for or who we're waiting for. All right, have fun with that. And let's put the music back on for now. But lock in, bro. Monday, start of a new week. Let's go. Yo, chat, should we put the bat signal on? Should I get Bat Ronky in as well? He's trying to win the rice for you guys, so I might have to put out a bat single. Oh god. Shout out to Dash Red, what's good, bro? Robocop's in the building too. Appreciate you guys for being here. I'm actually gonna go message Stark now, I can't lie. Okay, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's about that time. Welcome, everyone that is here pulling up right now. Shout out to you guys. You know, it's weird, bro. It's Monday. We're not used to being here on these days, but when special occasions pop up, man, we have to make it happen. And I'm actually really excited about this one today. So, yo, throw myself up on there. Turn the music down a little bit, DJ. Thank you so much, yeah. Doing a mix for me live, house music. My weekend was good. I can't lie. My ears are still ringing a little bit, but I'm locked in. It's time. It's actually a bank holiday in the UK, which means everyone is not at work, but we are working today, lads. We've got something to bring to you guys. As you can see by the title, Arbitrum X Ronin explained here. One of the causes of today's show, of course, we know the Ronin network is transitioning into an L2. We won't get into the details of that because there are some ronkies, but you ronkies can explain amongst each other what exactly that means. One of the, ecosystems that is proposing to take on the technological sides of becoming an L2 is Arbitrum. And it's an ecosystem that I'm pretty fond of. There may be a bit of bias here. There may be a little bit of bias here. But I think it's important for us in the Ronin network and the Ronin community to understand a little bit more about these communities and can influence, our opinions and influence generally as a community on the decisions that do get made. Of course, as you guys know, the decision will be made by governing validators as well. But for us to know the what's actually on the table, I think it's really important. So that's what we're going to do today. Normal shows will go ahead throughout this week too. So, hey, it's going to be a busy week. But yeah, man, if you guys have any questions, like I said, please utilize the chat and I'll address it where I can. But without further ado, bro, you know who's in the building? The numbers guy. He's here. He's fucking amazing. Oh man. We brightened up the background as well. I don't know. What do you think?
Wait, what?
Dark mode?
Yeah, I like the old background better. Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Oh, don't say that to me.
Yeah.
Bam. This is better?
You know what it is.
Chat,
that
you
feels
let us
like
know.
Home, man. That feels like home. That's exactly what I've been looking at.
Chat, you let us know which one's better. But no, good morning, brother. How are you doing today? You okay?
Good morning. Yeah, it's been a wonderful weekend. Got to spend time with the family and get ready to cook, man.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yo, it's heating up. I can't lie. It is heating up. There's things that have happened over the weekend. Probably the biggest talking point in the crypto Twitter space has been football.fun, FDF. We won't go into too much of that. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. But I mean, people are coming back, man. It seems to be a lot more participation right now. There's a bit more energy around. You saw the all-time high run of ETH on a Sunday, which is pretty nuts. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So today, as you know, we're going to be talking about Arbitrum. I wonder if you've taken any look into Arbitrum, the gaming arm of Arbitrum, anything like that. Like, what are you looking for?
I did. I had a friend who was working over there, and they let me know about it. They told me about Arbitrum's grants, right? On their quest book. That was awesome. So I did a little bit of digging.
Yeah.
A couple months.
Well,
yeah.
That should help us. today. But listen, we're not gonna tease you guys anymore. You had 10 minutes warm up. You know how it goes. The music gets played. You guys repost the stream, and we get into this. So let's do as exactly that. Let's bring onto the stage somebody here from the Gaming Council at Arbitrum as well. And believe me, behind just that title alone, there is a lot of interesting things that are happening on Arbitrum, and with, I guess, developers, projects themselves are building there openly. So we're going to find out more about those things too. But without further ado, David is joining us today. I'd like to welcome him, and you guys welcome him warmly to the Ronin Radio, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for coming through, David. What's good, man?
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. I've listened to some shows in the past, and really excited to be here and talk with you guys in the Ronin community. So, yeah. Appreciate you having me on.
That's good, man. That's nice. It's nice. Yo, I think these are the way that we like to start these shows, especially with new guests that come on that maybe the community hasn't seen or heard of before. The best place for us to start jumping in is pretty much knowing your story a bit more, David, like letting us know, who you are, your journey into crypto, and then professionally as well, and what it is that you're doing right now. And chat is already saying that they have beard envy as well. So beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm David, and I lead gaming partnerships and consumer partnerships as well for Off-Chain Labs. Have been doing that for 3.5 years now. Off-Chain Labs is a company that initially built Arbitrum and still does a lot for it as well. So yeah, I've been working with game developers and game founders and consumer projects on Arbitrum for that time. Prior to that, I was working in computer science. I was leading a computer science consultancy up in Scotland, not too far from you guys, by the sounds of your accent. And yeah, there was a lot of overlap between the computer models I was building and gaming, but it was just a little bit too slow for me, the engineering industry. It wasn't risk on like crypto. And at the same time, I was like deep in the NFT trenches. I was building out NFT bots, and I had my own NFT analytics site as well. So that was when I kind of brought the two things together, like technical BD and then my crypto background. And yeah, it's worked out perfect, exactly what I'm doing now. So yeah, just love gaming. When I was a kid, I basically spent my whole childhood in my bedroom at night playing RuneScape Classic, like 15,000 hours or more, top 20 in the world. Like literally, it was my childhood. And then at uni, I would come home from uni and I would sit on Modern Warfare 2 all night, like wouldn't even eat dinner. So lost a lot of weight from that, which was good in some senses. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's my background. Gaming, new technologies. I think blockchain is absolutely the way for the future of gaming, making microeconomies, making the different parts on chain, I think is really the way to go. It's taken some time, longer than I expected, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's some good background. Actually, you rose some of my suspicions when you said the RuneScape was like childhood, and I just wondered because one of the games on Ronin that we have right now that's doing really well is Cambria. I wondered if you've heard of it.
Yeah, definitely. I've not played it too much, but yeah, very familiar with Cambria. It's doing pretty well, isn't it?
You know, Gila, it's great to have two pro players, on the show today, right? Two great players,
To get acquainted, right? I mean, I don't know how much you know about, Ronin as an ecosystem, or even, the individuals on the network as well. Myself, I've been here for a long ass time. And also Steven here next to me, 1437, is he's actually the world champion at Axie Infinity. When it comes to sitting in front of the computer and putting in countless hours to video games, you guys definitely have that in common for sure. But I mean, ton of accolades. Dota 2 pro player from the offset as well. So when it comes to
so RuneScape wasn't my playground. It was Dota 1, Dota 2. I'm sure, you probably cross paths with a few of those. I like to give shit to Gila all the time about how he's horrible at games, even though he plays them all day. So I was like, at least we got two good players on today.
Yeah. Still just a little kid, man, playing Pokemon on my Game Boy. If it's fun, it's fun. You guys want to get competitive? I'd like to believe that I can be, all right, but I haven't found a game that's allowed me to do it yet. So maybe we'll find one soon. To be fair, Axie in the Origin season, Steven, I will tell you, a top 500 finish just happened in the rare era. I know it's not crazy, but look. We're putting in shifts, bro. Okay, give me my flowers, bro. Top 500 ain't bad. All right. Anyway,
you just need to blame your internet speed. That's the cop out.
Well, that seems to be the issue right now as well. I've been having some feedback from guys saying that the internet's not really great. My bad. Not much I can do there. Shout out to Birmingham and being a splendid area. No, let's. So what is actually happening over at Arbitrum? Because I feel like it's such a big network. There's a lot, that goes on. A lot of the Ronin community don't tend to go outwardly and look at the rest of the crypto ecosystem. So I wondered if from your perspective, building there and being quite hands-on with it, if you could, let the audience know, what Arbitrum is about, all the things that are happening there. And what you find interesting from your perspective.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, just from a little bit of a primer, Arbitrum is an L2 for Ethereum. It's one of the first L2s. started back as a concept in 2014. Like Ethereum wasn't even live at the time when Arbitrum was concepted. And yeah, basically you can be on Ethereum, but you can have your transactions rolled up in batches and put onto Ethereum much cheaper. It's like taking the bus versus taking the car. It's much, much cheaper. You save the costs with everyone else. So there is Arbitrum 1, which is the main chain, but then there's a whole ecosystem of other chains that use Arbitrum technology that aren't owned by us. So there's sort of two things we're focusing on. We're growing Arbitrum 1, but we're also providing the technology for the likes of Ronin or the likes of Robinhood to build their own layer 2 on Ethereum, but they use Arbitrum technology. Saves them a ton of time building it themselves. It's super secure. There's tons and tons of features. There's like over 100 people working on this already, and like Ronin and Robinhood and Securitize with Athena chain, they're all benefiting from this engineering stack and this BD efforts, all to grow Arbitrum. So that's that business line that's particularly important to the community here, is the tech stack. So there's lots going on from the gaming side as well. Like we have Wildcards, which is one of the most anticipated games in the space right now, I would say, over the next 6 months. We have My Pet Hooligan, which is live on the Xbox. You can fire up your Xbox and play My Pet Hooligan, which is pretty impressive. We have Tap Nation. It's a hyper casual mobile studio. They've got 1.5 billion downloads on the App Store. It's like really crazy. And they've integrated Arbitrum for a couple of the really large games. So there's a ton of different things going on. Our thesis on gaming is probably a little bit different. Like we aren't out there chasing AAA gaming as such. Like I think that comes much later than the casual gamers coming on chain. But yeah, there's a lot of active stuff in the gaming world. There's a lot of active stuff in the finance world on Arbitrum. It just crossed $20 billion on Arbitrum 1. It's been there before, but this at the weekend it crossed again 20 billion. So yeah, tons of stuff. Like really it feels different this cycle. Like the institutions are really coming. Like PayPal it's on stablecoin now on Arbitrum. Like we're really getting like proper adoption now. So yeah,
it's getting serious, isn't it? It is getting serious. I mean, I don't think I actually looked at Arbitrum in that light before. But it makes a lot of sense now. They're really like a facilitator, and being that role of like a facilitator as well. Like you encompass so many different builders, people coming here with different ideas and making it happen, which actually breeds like a really cool environment. And if you are kind of all connected through this one thing being Arbitrum, that's kind of what I look forward to, if it were to happen, if Ronin were to make that decision, like just the connectivity and the network that is already within Arbitrum is something that is really, really valuable. To hear that you guys have gaming already existing on Arbitrum, Wildcard is a big game, that has definitely been on a radar. My Pet Hooligan has been on a radar for a long time. I remember playing that maybe 2 years ago on the first beta PC build. And a really like fun IP with a cool team behind it. So that'd be interesting to dive in a little bit more on that. I didn't even know that they were on the console. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where you are, right? Within the gaming council on Arbitrum. So what kind of role does the council play in the ecosystem?
Yeah, that's a great question. So to give you some context on that, gaming is like a very, very capital intensive vertical. To build a good game is 30, 50, 100 people. Whereas on like the DeFi side of things, you can build the next Uniswap with maybe 3, 5, 10 people probably. I mean, maybe not.
Or Hyperliquid with 10 people.
Yeah, exactly, 10 people. So the capital for the DeFi side is a lot less intensive, and in many cases in the DeFi world, they literally just choose Arbitrum or one of the top 3-5 chains. They build on it, and we work with them and hold their hand to a certain extent. But in gaming, that isn't the case. In gaming, the teams are much more needing much more capital. And we found over the years, like the grant asks and the offers from other chains were like really, really significant. And that kind of never really lasts long. Like a chain offers really heavy grants for games for like a year or two, and then they just struggle to keep that momentum up. And we identified this like 2 years ago as a problem, and that's where we started with the Arbitrum Gaming Ventures. So it's a venture fund. It's like a VC, and it is specifically to invest in games that are using Arbitrum technology. So when you go to build on Arbitrum, you can pitch us, you can get investment, and we have aligned incentives, and we find that works much better for gaming. It's a long road to every game and PlayStation and everyone using gaming and blockchain. Still a while away from that. And we want to be in the game early. We want to be investing in it early, and that's why we have this gaming venture fund. So I think the value or the treasury of it now is over $100 million for the gaming fund. So over the next 3 years, roughly, we'll be making lots of deals. Like Wildcard was one of them that when we mentioned, we invested in them, and yeah, we're going pretty big on making it a profitable vertical for Arbitrum. That's the biggest focus for us in gaming.
Yeah. Is this, of course, we're all here today as well regarding mainly the proposal, right? And is that the treasury in which the proposal is coming from?
Yeah. So the Arbitrum Gaming Ventures is predominantly a bucket of investment, but it has some for builder and infrastructure grants as well, and it was from that bucket that the proposal came for Ronin. It is a grant. There's no expectations back really. It's just build Ronin on Arbitrum. Pretty simple. Like some of our competitors had a lot of hoops to jump through, but we didn't do that. Yeah.
Nice. I was going to say, just for those that may not have seen the proposal, it would have been hard. You must have been under a rock over the last week. But just to share the proposal with everyone today, have a read through that. But I mean, David, you were the one that posted the proposal here. So I guess starting from your own words, like an explanation, kind of what maybe was you thought or was discussed before, why you wanted to put the proposal forward, and I guess we have a lot of people in the chat. I don't know, you'll get to know this from Ronin, right? They're called Ronkies. The blue monkeys are everywhere, right?
I'm a Ronky fan.
Yes, beautiful. Nice. But half of them are retarded, David. I'm sorry, but it's just true, right?
One of us.
Facts. So if you could give like an explanation of the proposal, essentially, what it will do for Ronin, what is planned to
Yeah, so like you mentioned at the start, Ronin made a call that they're moving to Ethereum as an L2, and they need a tech stack. They looked at they invited 4 teams. Arbitrum is one of them, and they had very specific things that they're looking for. I've listed the 4 of them and bullet points here. They want Ronin or Ron as the gas token for the chain. Not every L2 stack allows you to do that, so Arbitrum is very unique in that we do support that. The other tech stacks often just force you into using ETH as the gas token. I don't think that would be good for the Ron holders. They also want Ronin L2 to be 12 times faster than Ronin chain. Now, what does that mean? It means that when you hit submit on buying an item in Lumitera or buying an Axie, currently on Ronin chain, it takes 3-5 seconds. But if they move it to an L2 and Arbitrum specifically, it can take 0.25 seconds or less. So it feels instant, it's snappy, it's exactly what gamers are used to. Like gamers aren't sitting around with loading screens anymore. We kind of got rid of those days. And unfortunately, blockchain gaming still has those. Like it still takes 3-5 seconds to buy something in game if it's on chain. So Arbitrum solves this problem again. And also being able to customize the chain exactly how Ronin needs. Like some of the other L2 stacks have got extremely strict rules on what you can do, and it just doesn't work for really ambitious teams like Ronin. So to conclude there, the proposal is for Ronin to utilize the Arbitrum code base and build their own Ronin chain. It isn't Arbitrum doesn't own it. Like, they don't have to really mention Arbitrum. We haven't even asked for that. Like, they literally just are using the code base. There's a lot of benefits as well that go beyond that, but the way that we view an offering is not just the financial value, it's the tech stack, it's the ecosystem support, and it's the financial. And the best offering is the sum of all three. So that's the proposal we made. Yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah. Steven, what did you think when you first saw it? I know it shocked the shit out of me because I didn't know this was the path we were going to have to go. I understood, sequencer technology needed for L2, but I didn't know how that would be accomplished. So it was a nice surprise. It was a really, really nice surprise for me. I wonder how you received it.
Yeah, I mean, for us who actually just play games, right? Like, it's not something that we think about, right? It's not something that we concern ourselves with, but it's more than just that, right? Like, just who you build with or what you build on, like, is actually just as important for a network. Like, it's like a collaboration at the end of the day, right? And it exposes you to all these other ecosystems and what else is available there. So I think, like, one of the questions I would even ask for David is, like, how do you see Ronin benefiting, or not Ronin, sorry, Arbitrum benefiting from, like, having Ronin as, using their tech as well, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah, so it is super important. It is super important to have the tech stack actually benefit from it, and not just like in a very loose marketing sense. And that's where the Arbitrum setup works quite well, we think. So when you submit a transaction to the chain and the sequencer, you pay a gas fee, and the chain owner, the operator, the validators like Ronin and its validator community, they take your gas fee, they pay some to Ethereum, and they have a profit. So from that profit, the gas fee profit, 90% goes to the Ronin validators and the Ronin community team, basically, and 10% goes to the Arbitrum DAO. So it's a very small amount of money. It's like 90-10 split. It's only on profit. So if they aren't charging users and that much, then the profit won't be that much. Most gaming ecosystems, the main way that they make revenue and money is not through gas fees. Like, gamers don't want gas fees. So we're not talking like a lot of money here in most cases, but it's a healthy amount. It stacks up. Like, we have over 100 Orbit chains right now. With the way things are going, we could maybe get to 1,000 over the next few years, and all of the different ones, some of them have good profits and some of them won't, but at the end of the day, Arbitrum DAO will start to do well from that. So that's the alignment there. It's usually quite a very small cost to the team in return for having an engineering team of 100 people behind you, upgrading the tech stack like every single week, keeping it bomb-proof secure so that there isn't any problems. Like, that's the economic alignment there.
And that's something that we've actually heard, right? We had Psych out, one of the co-founders at Sky Mavis, on the show the other week, and it was one of the conversations where it was like, what's really important for Ronin right now is to focus on what they do well, and
gaming.
Gaming and building a blockchain and securing a blockchain, and was something that they had to add to the arsenal. Like, they got to the point where it was, we've created something, but the thing that we've created already has problems, so we must create the solution. And it was almost not a force of hand, but they were inevitably forced to go to their own L1 to facilitate microtransactions in the way that they were happening in Axie Infinity, right? But over the years and the development of the network and bringing in games, and there's been many a process, but one of those areas that Ronin really doesn't excel in and isn't known specifically for is really that technical side of securing and facilitating a huge, a massive scale blockchain, and that's where we've been. It's where a lot of the movement is going towards again. And I think it we'll actually see a Ronin perform astronomically better when they're able to narrow that focus on the gaming side of things. So I think it would be a great symbiosis.
Yeah, and Ronin is fantastic at building and supporting blockchain games. So it's absolutely a natural evolution, and it's very common as well. Like if you look at the traditional world, like it used to be that companies had their own servers. Now no one really does that. They just use Google Cloud and AWS, and they pay a little bit to those, but at the end of the day, they get a much better outcome. They don't have to run their own server farms, things like that. So it's very similar in the Web3 world. Like you use an Ethereum tech stack and you get what you need.
Yeah, it's making me bullish as hell on Arbitrum though when I'm thinking about its position, like as a player in the whole story of crypto and blockchain being harnessed and utilized in many different mediums as we go forward. I wouldn't have been here for the last 4.5, 5 years and trying to build career paths in this industry if I didn't see this massive vision. We do get towards it, closer towards it year on year, but yeah, something like Arbitrum is going to be a huge game player in the eventual story, which hey, props to that. How did you come, like how did you get involved in Arbitrum? I don't think I quite got that from the early on conversation.
That's a good question. Like I said, like I wanted more volatility in my life, and engineering wasn't doing it, so I wanted to move into the crypto space. I thought there was like zero chance of me successfully picking the right L1 to work at. Like every 3 months, a new L1 was hot, and then it died off 3 months later. And I thought, like, I'll just choose one. The company will probably die, and I'll have to go back to engineering. But if I go with the biggest L2, and which was Arbitrum at the time and still is, then at least I'm within the Ethereum ecosystem, and I believe in Ethereum, so it should be a safe bet, and that's exactly what happened. It was a very small company at the time, like 15 people. Hit up the CEO by accident. He had in his title hiring for Arbitrum, so I assumed it was the hiring manager, and I just DM'd him. And it turned out it was the CEO.
What year was this?
21, 22
Okay.
at start. Yeah. And Arbitrum was very small for quite a long time. We had like 30, 40 people in 22, 23.
Wow.
And our competitors were like 600, like 1,000. So we've always been quite lean and tried to do things a little bit different. Like the first 3 years of Arbitrum, it didn't have a token, which is quite unique for a chain, because the chain normally launches a chain, launches a token, then uses the token to grow the chain. But then that wasn't an option because there wasn't an ARB token for 3 years, the first 3 years. So trying to go deep with builders and founders and solve their problems is like our biggest thing. And we had a good period of doing that without the token. So I think we've got a good way of working just now.
Yeah, awesome. We have to say congratulations, because the fellow Ronki community has been busy already, and they are presenting to you, David. Congratulations on a new Arbitrum Ronki PFP.
Oh.
They've color designed
wow.
it more specifically. So you got that nice and ready for you. Shout out to Sushi Novi and the rest of the Ronki community. We'll
amazing. I'll rock it as my PFP if Ronin chooses Arbitrum.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There's your incentive. Hey, Coco, sorry. But
I had one of my favorite Ronkies. Someone sent it to me, and it was Ronki with a knife and blood, and they're like, "We're watching you," or something like that. And I'm like, "Okay, the pressure's on."
yeah. Oh, did you zoom out? Did you see the whole picture of what it's there? Did you get to see it? I don't want to spoil it for him if he hasn't seen what that picture is about. But
hold on. Can you see it? Can you see the link I sent you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up.
Pull it up.
Oh yeah. This one.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it for you. It's actually hilarious.
Honestly,
The entire picture.
I've never seen the amount of agency from a community making memes ever
Yeah,
anywhere. It's like something will be
yeah,
said and instantaneously that, like, there's a meme 10, 20 seconds later.
yeah.
But no,
It's
that's
always on the
great.
timeline as well. Like I'm
Mhm.
very sure that the Ronkies are going to usurp the Pudgy Penguin gifs. I think
Yes. That's the most bullish guest sentence we've ever heard in my life. Yo, Ronkies are about to love you, bro. That's real talk though. We can I think if you were to ask anybody on the planet who would win in a fight, a large blue monkey or a penguin, I think they're gonna go with large blue monkey, bro. So, it
hands
is
down, hands
it's
down.
written in the stars. But that I actually do want to uncover a little bit more about from the community side, right? Creators, builders, independent builders. Of course, those things exist within Ronin. They exist across crypto and blockchain at
Hmm.
large. But with the structure that you guys have with the DAO, there is a lot of like grant support that happens on Arbitrum. I wonder if you want to
Hmm.
like elaborate and talk a bit more about that, how that process or what that process looks like, and what have you done for the course of maybe, I guess, the last few months or this year or such?
Definitely. So let me give you a little bit of framing on DAOs. So historically, DAOs have been like this internet forum. They have the token of the chain, and basically they just sort of give the grants away. And then over the years, they have less and less treasury, and then things become not bullish. Well,
Yep.
Arbitrum DAO, the goal and everything that everyone's working to is to be the opposite of that. What we are aiming for and what we're building is a digital sovereign nation. So it's a nation that's on chain. It has quite a large treasury of like a few $1 billion, has different business streams, and the goal is to grow it, but also make money for the digital sovereign nation. A good
Yep.
example
It'll be a
is
GDP,
Norway.
wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
it's like Norway. Norway has this amazing sovereign nation that invests in companies in Norway. It makes money and everything grows. And now it's like Norway is massively, massively outperforming its competitors. Unfortunately, the UK as well, in our
Oh
case.
well, yeah, but it's not that hard at
Um,
this moment, to be honest. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's where we're going. So the Arbitrum DAO has gas fees, it has time boost, it now has a venture arm for gaming. So like all these different things are where we're going and making this like the biggest, most powerful sovereign nation. No one can control it apart from the people that hold the token. We can't change anything. Like no one can. No individual. It's purely the token holders that decide everything on chain with votes. And yeah, there's different programs. There's one of them that's particularly interesting, and it's for gaming content creators. There's a little website called Questbook. You can go on, you can submit your own proposal as a content creator, and it has milestones. So, like, if you receive X amount of click throughs or Steam wish lists for games, then you can receive a creator grant. And the really nice thing about the Arbitrum DAO programs is, in most cases, it's for teams that have a chain that uses Arbitrum technology and not just Arbitrum One. So there's various different gaming chains out there. They've all benefited from these programs. There's liquidity mining programs. There's an audit program to keep the chains more secure. So there's like always different things that the ecosystem and the DAO is coming up with. Anyone can propose anything to the DAO. You can propose that Ronkeys become the face of Arbitrum if they vote on it.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever you can prove anyone can propose anything, and the
Yeah.
token holders decide. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an
He's
angle we can
inviting
get.
the Ronke invasion.
Yes, he's opening the floodgates, bro. I mean, to be fair, we've been fighting to. We are the face of Ronin, like it is true,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That
So,
was probably a
but
bad example. But yeah.
no. Hey, there's many Ronky faces, but I'm saying because there's a bit of drama. I don't know if you know around the face of Ronin, essentially like the mascot of the Ronin network. And we've had many in the past. All right, we've obviously Axie from the origin. There's a famous Axie called Kataro, which was on the announcement of us Coming Home. There's Jin, which is a white tiger samurai. And then there's obviously Ronki too. So there's kind of this battle of the beasts to be the face of Ronin. The community understands it as Ronki, but officially, it's not. But it is in our hearts. So you saying that they become the face of Arbitrum, it's like, it's a path we could go if it needs to be. That's really cool though, how there's this opportunity within the ecosystem, and that you invite, creativity and anybody really the fair chance to propose things and to come with the delivery and deliver the goods. So and you mentioned as well, like content creation is an arm in there that's there too. Like if you propose something and it makes sense and it achieves the goals that are in mind, then there's opportunity for you to be supported to do that. We got a funny little backstory as well on the quest book and Arbitrum. If you go on quest book and you'll scroll down, I think it was maybe start of July. If you go there, there's a proposal that I think you might recognize. I don't know.
I think it was end of June.
End of June, start of July. But there was a proposal. We were doing some digging, and it's happened in a strange way where Arbitrum has come to Ronin Radio before Ronin Radio has come to Arbitrum. But we did actually explore the grants program and basically having it in mind to expand it across, through Arbitrum as well. So we have utilized that first-hand experience, guys. Like just to let you know, making proposals on there is not a Ronki task. You have to think about it and professionally propose something for sure. But the opportunities definitely are there and existing. So I'd love to be able to see that in a Ronin community. We do have more grants as of recent. Even one went live today to do with builders and referrals through using the Ronin SDK, the wallet. So more of those opportunities are coming forth, and I think in an environment, like Arbitrum, having that aligned, I guess, approach really that would come with Ronin utilizing Arbitrum tech, could expand the horizons for creatives and people and developers in the Ronin ecosystem. So keep that in mind, guys, because it is more so than just, like you said, a monetary deal. Like, what does it look like best numbers wise? This is much bigger than that, I think, when we are trying to build the things that we're trying to build. So
I got a question for you. I mean, you're head of like gaming and those kind of like that field in general. And in Ronin, I want to say, like, sometimes we do feel like we're kind of in a bubble, right? Where we get to see what happens with our games. We get to see, like, the issues that arises here. So I kind of want to ask you, like, what in your opinion is your biggest challenge for like Web3 gaming adoption, and like how is Arbitrum addressing it?
Yeah, so I've had a very strong thesis for a long time that like AAA gamers are just not interested, and that, not that they're not interested, but that they're very fickle types of people. AAA gamers, like the hardcore ones, like they don't like crypto, they don't like free to play, they don't like change, and like they're the hardest group. Whereas we see like the other half of the global revenue pie for gaming, that's like 200 billion, half goes to mobile. Well, that half are like a lot less opinionated. They play games, they buy stuff in the game, they watch ads, like all of these things. Like they're just looking for fun games that they don't care about narratives of like anti-NFT and anti-crypto. So I think like a lot of the investments and funding into Web3 gaming has gone to these AAA games that have really struggled. They take far too long to build. Like it's just not there yet. Whereas we see like the mobile world is like much better fit. So that's where we divert our attention. Like not fully, but I think that's been the biggest problem for the industry just now, is just targeting the wrong audience. Right?
And really trying to make the applications in mind of the wrong audience, really. Like you said, the AAA focus probably I agree with this. I don't think it is now. It's not in the now. There are, of course, studios that are attempting and are very ambitious to build those types of products, but one, they cost a fuck ton, like serious amount of money and resources. And then two, do you really have the audience basis for it? Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to outperform the playing experience of like a Call of Duty, like why is the millions of AAA Call of Duty players going to stop playing the game they've played for 10, 15 years to pick up your one? And so I actually agree with that sentiment. And for me, a lot of it, in this industry, like some of the things that we're seeing now is actually like a new form of gaming in some ways. Like the games are different. Like even the word game, like what is a game? Many things can be, categorized under that. But casual gamers for sure, mobile gamers for sure have more of a, I guess, a habitual process that aligns with things that can be presented with blockchain technology included in it. So that's a solid approach. I hope people are listening to you on that front as well, because some people are hard of hearing when it comes to that, and think that we just need to have the best games possible here, and don't realize that it takes upwards of double-digit millions to even get that product off the ground and then sustaining it, and everything is even more so. But I mean, you work with forgive me if I get this one. No, it's Off-Chain Labs, right? And even Off-Chain Labs' slogan is like to tackle the hardest problems in crypto. So that seems to be something that like you've definitely that
gaming is definitely the hardest problem right now.
Gaming, yeah. I was getting there in something, but I was like, it seems like that's part of your personality. You want to take on hard problems and bring solutions to the table. And even Off-Chain Labs is broader than just, obviously it's not just gaming, but it's more consumer products as well. So with a history of doing that, bringing that to gaming as well is really valuable.
Yeah, I mean, we have our convictions, and like on-chain finance is one of them, gaming is one of them. Like the biggest consumers of digital items in the world is gamers. Like if they don't appreciate blockchains and use blockchains in future, then like
what else? The rest of the world's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So it's just having a time horizon that's longer than crypto Twitter is like not that hard. Like 23, 24, like layer twos were like everyone hated them. They were not popular, and now like everyone wants like to use L2s and Ethereum's like all back again. Like it never really went away. It was just the crypto Twitter sentiment, like ducks and dives every minute.
Well, it's always a moving target though, isn't it? Because I think a lot of them saw the L1 being more bullish because of they were kind of looking at the industry and they were doing math. They were categorizing how many people are here. So how much revenue does that look like? If we're on an L2, that revenue is not worth it. If we're an L1, we get all of it or whatever. And it's a better scenario.
I'm more
bullish on L1s.
So like if you look at an L1, you have to have like 2/3 or a majority of the validators keeping it secure. And these L1s are paying these people, they're paying people in companies to run validators, and they're paying them like a shit ton of money. Like I think I saw something from one of the Avalanche guys a few months ago, and I'll find it for you. And basically they're paying $250 million in incentives to run validators every year. And they want to half it to 1.5 million. And it's like, oh my God. Whereas with an L2, you have Ethereum as a security, you pay for gas, and like you don't need any of that stuff. So the profit margins of layer 2s are like 90% on every transaction. And an L1 is like minus 90%. Like it's totally opposite. So I think, like we've always had the same conviction, and we always have this conviction in gaming as well. The problem lies in like how you grow it long-term sustainably, and that's why we have this venture arm. None of the other L2s have got venture arms. They did gaming grants. They stopped doing gaming grants recently in the last year because they couldn't figure out a business model for it, and then they're kind of left with nothing. Whereas we have this venture arm is doing exactly what we want to do regardless of sentiment, and we're going to keep doing this. So that's the difference, I think, between Arbitrum and our competitors for Ronin.
Yeah, that's mad bullish though, bro. Because like, if an L2 really hasn't secured a super successful stance with gaming to take the biggest gaming blockchain in existence into the L2 and have it operate there and actually then prime it up with a better balance sheet, spending much less on those fees for validation fees, etc. Like, yeah, you're paving a way for them to really make some waves. I wonder, for yourself personally, where do you think we are in a cycle right now? It's like, I know these are always broad and tough questions or whatever, but like, what's your sentiment right now? You feeling good about everything that's happening right now, crypto?
Yeah, definitely. Like, the landscape of crypto is increasing. Like, the surface area of people that interact with it is increasing massively. Like, if you look at the stable coins, like, it's just unbelievable, the adoption in stable coins. And it's just, we're trying to basically get rid of the Swift banking system, aren't we? And use stable coins in crypto. And like, it's never looked better. Like, especially like on the Arbitrum side, the fintech team, like, is unbelievable. The discussions, like, a lot of them haven't came to fruit yet, but in public. But like, it really is, like, it's a genuine step change from even last year, where like the companies are actually really coming with real on-chain activity for normal people. Like, so I think gaming's a little bit downwind of that, or downstream of that, and that once the stable coin and once the more people have crypto wallets, then they'll get more familiar with gaming. So like, we're a little bit behind in the fintech side, but it's coming. Like, that's what I'm confident about.
How would we get access to that? You said it was not publicly, right? Do you guys have like an area, a medium in which, you know, those conversations are aired or delivered, or is this very much in-house deal?
Yeah, this is like in-house opportunities that are coming, like with big institutions and banks and things, and like you see them turn into announcements and actual adoption. Like, Robinhood is one of them.
Yeah, Robinhood was massive.
Like, Robinhood has, like, I think it's over like 3,000 stocks they're putting on chain. So like, instead of like going to the NASDAQ and trying to figure out the stock
QQQ or something right now, that someone what was I looking at yesterday? There was a ticker, it was like QQQ, and it was like a representation of the NASDAQ as a ticker.
It's the S&P, right? Like the QQQ.
QQQ is S&P, yeah.
But they're also bringing, they have like OpenAI shares on Arbitrum, tokenized, SpaceX. Like, Robinhood is like very, very clear on where they're going in terms of crypto, and it's like a huge part of their business. And at the moment, they're doing it all on Arbitrum One, which is amazing. At some point, they'll graduate to their own Robinhood chain, but at the moment, like, those Robinhood users are buying in the app stocks on Arbitrum. Like, so we're going to see more and more of that, and that's just like, is a game changer for adoption of the industry. And they'll all have funds on chain that they can spend to buy NFTs for a game and whatever else. So like, I think it's looking good.
The trickle down, yeah. Because a lot of time we look at this, especially crypto, it's like, okay, are macros doing well? If so, and people are doing well in macros, it's like, oh, what's the percentage chance that they actually convert those profits on chain? Whereas we're going to get into an environment where, okay, macros are doing well, that money exists on chain already. So it's the trickle down effect is a lot more likely. It's huge, man. We talk about catalysts. I think this year for me is the most surefire catalyst that I've seen for something to get pretty crazy. I don't know. Would it get wrong-tarded? We will find out. But
speaking of markets, there's a hot conversation that's happening on the timeline, right? So I wanted to get your take on this. Like, what do you think about prediction markets? Like, where are you feeling? What are you feeling with that? And especially with, like, you know, integration into gaming ecosystems and such.
Yeah, someone on my team is like, he used to work at a sports betting company, and he understands like these prediction markets extremely well. And like, some of the stuff he's telling me is like, it's really, really impressive, because if you have like a sports betting license, especially in the US, it's very hard for you. There's like a lot of rules. There's a regulator that like watches every single betting market that you open up. It checks
Mhm.
to see if like you can't just spin up a new market to say, is
Yeah.
this player going to score in this game? Like they can't do that within their license, but the prediction markets, because they don't control the outcome, they are allowed to do this now. So like the options that you can bet on in a prediction market are way, way, way more exciting and faster to react than the sports betting. So the prediction markets are like, they have a huge edge
They are
over
going to be
traditional
massive.
betting companies.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really incredible, the edge. So yeah, we're very bullish on prediction markets, and I think you'll start to see like ones focused on certain verticals like gaming, for example. It is a liquidity game though, and some of the other prediction markets have been very focused on one specific thing. Have struggled, but yeah,
Right.
the regulatory landscape for prediction markets is unbelievable. They have such an edge over betting companies. It's like, it's incredible.
You add that in with like immediate feeling payouts and stuff like that, and no latency with those things, and like say a match is happening. I'll just go on a football reference, but if a match is happening and like either add a social layer to it where, you know, within your group you can spin up a prediction market, or within a community you can spin up a prediction like, oh, the next person to get yellow carded will be this person, and then people are like, you know what, fair enough, I'll throw a few dollars at it. Like that type of engagement will like creates its own application itself. It won't be betting as people have known it. It will be the new form of betting, and to me it will be 10 times more engaging than what we already have with betting. So I'm pretty bullish on it too, but it all comes in time. There's steps for it to go, and then obviously there's adoption for it to happen towards that.
But yeah, as more people get stable coins and wallets and everything, like you say there, there's a trickle down effect into gaming and into prediction markets. So it's just a little bit of time. Like it's not all going to happen at once, but it is happening now.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? You're I love the story of like Arbitrum, Ronin. We're here talking about, you know, what's the upside, right? And I see a lot of similarities, to be honest, right? We're talking about gaming, we're talking about sentiment and so on. Actually, it was just like 4 months ago when everyone's like, Ethereum's dead.
Yeah.
Right? We're
It's
sitting at like
actually
$1,500. Oh no, you know, we're going to 3 digits. It's over. It's trash. And now everyone's like, oh my god, Ethereum is like God's gift to Earth. Like it's crazy, right? So I think gaming is gonna have something extremely similar to that. Actually, gaming, because it's bottomed out for so long, I feel like when people make that natural rotation and the attention comes, it's gonna blow up like crazy. And you know, Arbitrum, Ronin, it's a resilient bunch, man, right? To be able to like go through all that pain and still build at the same pace and not be phased by it, right? Like this is where the winners get created. Very similar to what happened with Ethereum just like 4 months ago. So yeah, I'm excited, man, for the future. I really hope that like there is something that could be done here, right? And I think it will be beyond I think the partnership would be beyond just like, you know, providing a stack, right? Like I think
Stack would probably
think
be the entry. And
yeah. I think there's like a lot of collaborative things that could be done there, and it will benefit both sides heavily.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the differences between Arbitrum and its competitors in this process is that not only like the gas fees part is like not that important actually. It's quite minor. Like we're not going to make a ton of money, but what is exciting for Arbitrum Gaming Ventures is that they can only invest in teams that are building on Arbitrum technology.
Right.
So, and increasing that landscape means that they now have more opportunities that they can invest in. So they can invest in games building on Ronin if Ronin starts to build on Arbitrum technology. So that's a real huge upside for the opportunity landscape. So that's kind of where we're going, and that helps Ronin massively as well.
I was gonna say it's a ticket to the
and
the fair,
also
right?
and also the games on Ronin, right? Because the games on the
Yeah.
Ronin can access that and, you know, submit their proposals. I know some incredible builders, man, on Ronin that would
Seriously.
like be very much interested. So
Yeah.
that's
So
dope.
I think it's very harmonious. A lot of the time you just see people boil it down to like what's the grant size, but like one thing I think in this case is like you have a cake and you have a cherry on top, and like the grant is the cherry on top. To be honest, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's it's neither here nor there. Like Ronin's a $1 billion ecosystem. Like it's came through the hard times of Web3 gaming. Like is here to just make the most of the opportunity now, and like we're offering to help with that. Like basically get rid of the whole engineering lift that they have and just
Yep.
use the Arbitrum stack. So I hope that people don't get hung up too much on like the grant size and they see
Exactly.
the bigger picture here.
Yeah, that was the importance as well, just like having this talk, because I don't think there has been an environment where it's been fleshed out, you know, like really what is the trade-off here, like what's actually happening and how does it benefit deeper and beyond just like the figures that we see. Some people saying, oh, they're offering so little money, blah, 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 and saying that that's not good enough, but they're not looking at the opportunity
Yeah.
in its whole. So
It's
I think it was
it's
really
a
important.
saying, don't miss the forest for the trees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Arbitrum Gaming Ventures needs to be profitable for this to be an everlasting thing, and that's why the grant side of things is a little bit more conservative, but the investment side, like the investment pot, is much bigger, and we can invest in games building on Ronin if they're good opportunities, and I think that's much more meaningful than another 300k there, another 500k there up front. So.
Well, I'll say this, David. I really do think that this will speak as well, not only to the community, but also more importantly to the governing validators when they start understanding the opportunities that do get opened up here. So, if it was my decision, mate, hey, it would be fucking. I think we'd be going to Arbitrum, though, but of course it is not. So, again, welcome to the Ronin Radio, where the bias is real. Well, the bias was here today, mate. It was. So,
Hey, look, David won us over because he took the initiative to come on the show, right? Talk to the community, right? Let them know what's up and be like, yo, guys, listen, this is what it's up. It is what's up, like, and I think that's extremely important, right? Because at the end of the day, without community, we don't have a product, we don't have anything. So it's like, I appreciate that, David. Thank you.
Yeah, genuinely.
I appreciate you having me on. It's very important to us. So yeah.
Any final words? Any final words for Ronkies that are out there or anything?
I would love to get more involved in the Ronki community, buy a PFP, Rocket. I have my Arbitrum one on standby, so keep doing what you're doing.
Or rice farming, David. We might have to get you rice farming, bro. Set him up.
I would love to. Like Ronki community is doing a great job of getting the word out there. I think it's all over my timeline constantly. So keep up the good work and go after the penguins.
Okay,
David, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll be able to have you again on the show at some point in the future as part of the whole shebang that we have going on with Ronin, man. It was great conversations. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thanks very much. We're here. We're ready to support Ronin, and we would absolutely love to go deep with you all. So hopefully I can come back in future.
Amazing. Okay, yo, Bullish, bro. Bullish, you gotta go on the timeline and just say just say Ronin XR, bro. Like I think it's kind of the move. Nobody else, look, and I said this, we reached out, right? Nobody else took initiative. Nobody else really responded to anything that we kind of put on the table.
People don't know how significant that is, man. Like they're just like, we'll deal with the bit. No. You don't understand. Like when people start talking about it on the timeline and they're like, nah, man, this is what we want. Like there's a lot of sway there, right? Like Ronin has always been about the community, right? Like we got, I swear, I've been in all these other different ecosystems. I play their games. I've like, been in their discourse and so on. Nothing beats Ronin when it comes to community, man. It's actually incredible. So he did, I think David made a nice move. Like if this was a chessboard, I think he did something I think he did something very good.
Yeah, wait, there's a nice little setup here. But okay, let's talk about it real though here, because it's not our decision, right? It is
Yeah, of course.
it is down to the governing validators. So
Mhm.
if we really think about this now, like who are our governing validators, and
Yeah.
why is this decision, important to them, for the long run? Are they going to remain as validators, etc.? Those are good questions too. But like for them to understand this, if we were to talk directly with the governing validators,
Mhm.
as a community, what how would we best communicate with them what to do, or what we think
Mm,
is probably best to do?
well, like I said, I think the timeline is still the best, right? Because you
Yeah.
don't like most people don't have direct access to like these people. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I would say the timeline's best. Community just gotta speak up. Make good points, not just like no, a little bit more than just Ronke style. Ronke style is still best, but like if you can explain why you think it's better and like what it is. So I mean, I'm gonna do my part.
Yeah.
I know a few people, and like I hear where they're coming from in regards to like where they would like to be. I don't think for them it's also just about the money. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not. It's about the future. It's about like, okay, where can you grow together, right?
Yeah.
And not like, oh, one needs the other side really badly type situation, because that's when like things get a bit weird, and then like your survival not survivability, but your longevity, right? Is then at risk. So
Hmm.
I really definitely want to be a part. Like I said, it's not just about the stack, right? Some people talk about, oh, it's just a stack, but it's not. Like it's more to it than that.
Are these all of our governing validators then here on the screen right now?
Yes.
So
Nah,
we
yeah.
have Coco Bear, Stable Node, DAP Radar, Forecast, YGG, Moku, Non Fungible Corporation, Sky Mavis themselves, Nansen, Animoca Brands, Google, and AxiChat. So those are governing validators. The proposal will be made to them, and I guess the decision obviously will be made from those guys. I think, yeah, like it makes a lot of sense now that I'm looking at it. I hadn't thought directly who are our governing validators, literally till I asked that question just now, and I had more of a thought that there was more gaming projects there. Because one thing that is really big here is, of course, if we unlock the Arbitrum tech, it unlocks the ability to have gaming ventures investment right in our applications, in our projects, and in the games that exist on Ronin. So for a couple of the validators here, that's huge. Like that's great for them. Like I
I mean,
think of things
also
like Moku,
it's
YGG, great to get some kind of support with any
it's
ventures
also
like that.
about who's the most vocal, right? So I
Yeah,
think like amongst those, I would say the most vocal ones are probably like Coco Bear, Moku, AxiChat.
yeah,
I would probably say would be like the most vocal, and like
yeah.
then you have that conversation, you gotta sway. Obviously the team is gonna have their own points and so on. So yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I won't lie. I think like it's gonna bring a lot of life as well, and energy,
Hmm.
just because it's something different, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more than just like like when we get like a game
A
on the
new
chain,
game or
right?
something.
A new
Yeah, yeah.
game, a new event, whatever. This is a completely different thing. And you remember when we used to have Validator Wars? Oh, right, like
I used to love
that
those.
itself brought so much life, right? Like
Yeah.
these kind of events is like what a lot of people live for. Like it's just really
Mhm.
fun times, and I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, man. The attention economy continues. Attention is definitely going to be here as it happens. Mr. Spliffy Magoo, we haven't read a comment of yours out for a while, bro, because I hope the FUD arc is almost over. Maybe not, but are you saying, why does Ron need one of these chains? Can't they build their own shit? Spliffy, if you were listening earlier on in the conversation, the cost factor of them
Yeah.
building this out themselves is absolutely ludicrous in terms of what could be saved by harnessing the tech. Harnessing the tech does not mean like selling over any of Ronin as a network. Ownership isn't being given to Arbitrum because of it. It is literally harnessing the tech, and that was something that they spoke of. And even Psychout said himself, he like this has the potential to save in the regions of 15 million US dollars spend year on year with security and things like that as well. So even
So
if that's an undershot, that's a huge saving for
the
the balance sheet.
it's very clear, right? Ronin wants to focus on gaming and slowly expand from there, right? Like being just another chain that's like, for everything is not what they want to do. And that, again, that not only is that expensive, right? They need to like invest in other things that are not gaming to
Mhm.
make sure that the value's there for the chain. So it's really difficult. Think about it this way: it's like a McDonald's, right? But what you're asking for is a Walmart, right? That has a McDonald's inside of it.
Mhm.
But like what Sky Mavis wants to be, they just want to be McDonald's, right? Just focus on what they're good at, focus on what they know how to do, and just keep expanding on that
Yeah.
instead of trying to be Walmart. Let others be Walmart, right? Let people who want to be Walmart, and we just focus on being McDonald's, and then we can be inside of Walmart if we want to.
You know which Walmart has a McDonald's in it? Because I need to go.
Yes, my Walmart has the Walmart I
It
go to
does?
has a McDonald's. Yes,
Oh shit!
it literally has McDonald's in it. That's why I said that. I thought it was normal.
No, that's not normal,
So
bro.
if people can't relate, then that wasn't a
Yeah,
very good.
yeah. No. I mean, well, for Walmarts that I've been to, that's not that hasn't been normal. Starbucks, those types of things, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah,
McDonald's,
But
they
you
they
get
must
what
be
I
making
mean.
some good money.
Starbucks,
Yeah,
Walmart, whatever it is.
No, the
like-
analogy was perfect. The analogy was perfect. It actually it makes a lot of sense. And to be honest, I think see what's like understand the position that Ronin's taking here now. This is, and again, it might be hard to digest the fact that like a lot of these things are sustainability based and in the future based. Like it's not here yet, but this is what we're working towards. Seems to be a lot of what you have to support, right? When you are supporting Ronin Network in some regards, right? And that can be tough, but also as an investor, like if your strategy spans that long, then you're okay with it. But the way that they're setting up right now, we've spoken about this, the gamification layer. That's literally, they're pushing that as almost like it's a slogan right now,
Yeah.
which of course includes gaming. It doesn't actually write them off as not being more than just a gaming chain, but it hones them more into being the gaming chain, which has aspects of the chain that exist that have gamification in it. And if you think about this, and we were just talking about it with David, like the trickle down effect of money that's going to be on chain, right? Because these things are happening, stocks are being tokenized, stable coins are being acquired. We're trying to essentially divert away from the Swift banking system, and there's going to be a ton of consumer money and investor money that's on chain already. If you have Ronin, who specializes in gamification, and some of the facilitation of those products exists on Ronin, right? When like there's going to be a game for that money and the profit trickling down into games directly. They're going to create a gamification of luring that money into the gaming market and the gaming industry. So really long field view, when you do look further down the line, if there is facilitation and it's on Arbitrum, for example, and it is Robinhood, for example, and Ronin has proved itself as this gamification layer, and Robinhood thinks, you know what, it would be cool to have a process of distribution of investors' profits, and they even get a bonus for using their profits through this gamification layer, that could tie into Ronin games. It could tie into anything else, but it could be unified by a gamification process that Ronin creates. And we've proven we've done that the most, right? Over the last 5 years, this chain has created applications that have shown that on-chain gamification breeds big results, right? And not every experiment has gone well. Not every experiment turns into a success, but there's never a failure in science. Just know that, mate. There's just more information. All right. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's been a really good day to discuss that. My bias is there, and I'll say it openly. I'm really interested to see what the governing validators are thinking. Not sure if we'll get an inside scoop on that. I'll try my best. But you guys as a community, you have to realize how powerful you are. Ronkeys, you see how powerful you are. You've got someone from a totally different ecosystem coming in saying that you're on his timeline all the time anyway. Yeah. That's powerful. So let's continue to do that. And
he's asking us to go fight the penguins, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, listen, he literally said, come to Arbitrum, right? And let's make Ronke the mascot, and let's go to war.
Yeah,
and let's go to war with penguins.
He's like, but you know how much money that is, bro?
No, it doesn't matter. No.
I'm sorry.
We got heart, bro. That's what matters.
Rice farmers. Do you know how much rice that is?
Yeah, that's what you should have said. Not my rice.
Sorry, rice? You know how much rice? Yeah. No, serious.
No, but it's for real. And I think like today's show, the biggest thing was to be able to deliver the information to the community, to the people, to kind of better understand what this actually entails, right? And in an easy way that anyone can understand. I think we did a pretty good job at doing that today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a lot of answers that the community has had were answered, and kind of what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Going forward.
And if it wasn't, well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are live twice a week, every week, Tuesday, Thursday. So make sure your post notifications are on and you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because if you do have questions, you can follow up with us on tomorrow's show at the usual time, 9 a.m. EST. We'll do a review of the whole of last week, a little bit of today, address any of the questions you guys have. And also, we have some more specials this week. I won't tell you what just yet, but there are some more things coming your way. So,
we got some
shout out
special
to
guests
everyone
coming on.
Yeah, shout out to everyone, bro. Maybe some more Rice Mania this week. We'll see. And of course, shout out to our Ronkies, bro. Always.
You know, Gila, you know what was my favorite part of the show?
What? No,
I
fuck,
love.
I just thought you were about to rug. I thought you were about to rug.
No. My favorite part of the show is when you like smoothly inject it in there, like, hey man, we sent out a proposal, man. We want to build, we want to do this on Arbitrum too. We got to get the word out there. It's true though. Like, I didn't really see anyone on Arbitrum doing what we do, and in an easy way that like anyone can understand.
Yeah.
Right. And like just
imagine
be
how
able
many
to
people
be
would
up to
have
date.
speak to as well. Jesus, Arbitrum is massive, bro. So.
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody involved, right? Like, just it's hard. It's really hard to get the information out there, especially in this day and age. People only get information out there by like tweeting, essentially.
And
or like
then
some
that's within a
mediums.
bubble as well.
Yeah, and
at least this
just
medium
don't
is like
that.
packageable to other places than just X. So, and that's something that we are working on as well here. Welcome to the Ronin Radio business meeting with the Ronkies in the live chat. But it is a focus for us, right, to scale this upwardly and outwardly, and even to the point where more variations of the show. Like, yes, we do a live show twice a week right now, but like other aspects could exist. We could bring more people in to specialize in different fields, because I'm you're not going to have me in decentralized finance, right? Like, it's probably not going to go too fucking well for you lot, all right? But scaling is possible, and that goes for everyone really and everything on Ronin right now. So what a time to be alive. Anyway, we will catch you guys tomorrow. Normal show, back live and ready. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for reposting to all of the people that did. Huge shout out to all the subscribers as well. Want to give some, I'm going to give shout outs to the actual Ronkies and people that were in attendance. Spliffy, I'm glad to see you back in the chat, and I am, because I've missed it a little bit. The energy's here. I like it. Shout out to you, bro. Ashong.run. Shout out to you. Ronkies must be ready. They are. Dash red as ever. Bro, keep doing your thing. The content has been amazing.
Cooking, bro.
Yeah, cooking.
He is cooking, man. You got to give him his flowers.
Oh, wait. Congratulations, by the way. Shedra getting into the Realms team. Community leading over there. Realms is cooking, bro. They're coming with something.
Don't give a shout out to the next guy. Ignore him.
No,
I know who. Don't give a shout out to him. He doesn't deserve
it. Yeah, shout out to Shedra, man, for real. And actually, Shedra, a fellow Scots, yeah. And I'm going to a Scottish wedding on the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. My sister is marrying a Scottish fellow, and he's fucking awesome. And yeah, Spliffy Magoo, they like Guinness is an Irish drink, just to make that abundantly clear to you. But yeah, I'm sure it probably could sink a few Guinnesses away. Shout out to Rollo for nothing. Fuck you. Nidoraku, big up you, bro. Ronki were in here themselves from the Ronki Monkey account. Edamonia, always showing up, turning up. We appreciate you. Big shout out to Sushi Nobi as well for the Arbitrum Ronki PFB. Darky.Ronki. Bro, if you've got .Ronki in your name, you're doing the Lord's work. I appreciate you. Sedi.Run, shout out to you, my friend. Ryan Webb 3. Rare was in the building too with the beard envy. You know what? If you could get his beard and put it on top of your head, that would be even better, bro. You know that. Shout out to... I'm sorry. I love you, Rare. Boom. Love you, bro. Shout out to you. Let's go. It's on Ine. Shout out to you, bro.
I never hear Gila roast anybody but Rare. I don't know.
It's a Birmingham thing, bro. It's because we know when you take the piss out of someone continually, it's actually like, I don't know, we must be like a backwards species of people here in the West Midlands. But
yeah, it means you like them. I know.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, fuck off all of you. You all stink.